Demeter to plus OBDII to multifunction display user guide. After powering on, if the screen orientation differs from the default, so change direction first. Long press the down button to enter the menu. Navigate to hand side to change the orientation, and the screen will rotate once the countdown ends. Next, we configure the vehicle settings. For this BMW, I enter the OBDII to scan menu. There are standard and specific channels for AFR, transmission, wheel temp, boost, water temp, intake, and exhaust. We can inspect these one by one. Air fuel ratio is universal across brands and models. So simply select one of the available channels. Transmission settings are brand specific and default to NFF. So you must select your specific model from the listed channels. Enter to check which channel displays readings. After checking the channels, if both channel true and for sure active transmission temp, select 1. Generally, 1 or 2 will be close. Press to confirm, let it count down, and it is done. Next is oil temp, which also defaults to OFF and must be enabled for different brands. While there is a universal channel for standard oil temp definitions, it may not be supported by every vehicle. Since this car has a standard oil temp channel, we select Universal. We can also verify under the BMW brand. Since 99 and 100 degrees are nearly identical and likely represent the same sensor, either BMW or Universal works. For boost, the default is Universal, which reads standard manifold pressure. We have specific boost channels for different brands, like BMW. You can test these by tapping the acceleration. For example, we will select the channel that starts from 0 for our display. Water temp usually defaults to channel 1 and rarely requires adjustment. Intake temp is also mostly universal. Some vehicles may have multiple intake sensors, so just pick one for reference. Exhaust temp defaults to universal channel 1. Though Honda vehicles require manual activation due to their specific requirements, once these specific channels are selected and the countdown finishes, return to the home screen to verify the values. Since we enabled the transmission and oil temp, they will now appear on the interface. This is the single display mode. Pressing down button toggles the dual display view. To configure this, first select the parameter for the top screen, such as boost. Then select the bottom one, like water temp. Select the top one first, then the bottom one. Moving to advanced settings, we can adjust warning thresholds for boost, voltage, water temp, exhaust, intake, oil temp, transmission, RPM, and speed. For example, the factory default for boost is 1.5 bar. If a high-performance car exceeds this, the alarm will sound. We can set it higher, like 1.8 bars. Once confirmed and the countdown finishes, the setting is complete. For cars like BMW with higher operating temperatures, the water temperature threshold can be raised based on your vehicle's needs. Exhaust defaults to 950 and can be increased to 1000 on hot days. Intake temp might exceed the default 75 degrees, so it can be set to 80. I will leave oil temp at 120 and transmission at 115. PM defaults true, 7000. If it's not enough, we can bump it up. But you can long press up button to increase it, or down button to decrease it. Speed has no default alarm. But if you want the speed warning, you can turn it on here. Such as at 120 km per hour. Each alert can be disabled individually. For example, to turn off the exhaust temp alert, press down button until the value reaches OFF. After setting the warnings, we look at lighting. The default is cyan, but there are multiple options like flow mode, orange, green, blue, cyan, and purple to suit your preference. For brightness, the dimeter plus adjusts the backlight and screen brightness simultaneously. Setting it to 0 turns the backlight off for the lowest brightness, which can then be increased as needed. For display units, you can toggle between pressure, temperature, and speed units by pressing up button while the option flashes and confirming with down button. Setup completes after the countdown. A new feature is speed calibration, which is 100% from the factory. If there is a discrepancy between your wheel speed, dashboard, or GPS, you can use this percentage correction to make the dimeter plus more accurate. Finally, ECC settings determine the startup mode. Auto is the default. Auto 48 volts is specialized for vehicles with start-stop systems, or 48 volts mild hybrid tech to ensure it does not shut down while coasting. Next is manual mode for startup failures or special conditions. We can manually set the voltage to control the power on, OFF, such as powering on above 13 volts and off below a specific level. This functions like an RPM trigger, automatically shutting down when the engine stops. There is also a factory reset option. The dimeter plus check engine feature allows you to read fault codes. Once you enter the screen, press check engine. Any existing codes will be displayed, and you can then proceed to clear them.